Ladies and gentlemen, I am your planetary defense commander, and today feels like one of those super weird special days where all hazards are possible. And that's unlike every level and every layer from every angle. So I highly recommend everybody stay cool and remember that we built all the symphonies and all the cities. And so, exactly 33 minutes ago, U.S. fighter jets intercepted 4 Russian bombers flying near Alaska. So it's just one of those days, and the astrology suggests war is going to be heavy at play over the second half of 2020. One of those planets above is Mars. Mars is a mountain. No, Mars is a planet, and Olympus Mons is a mountain. And it makes Everest look like a child. And it kind of looks like Jabba the Hutt. A cute little baby Jabba the Hutt. Anywho, so it's a good time for all human beings to work together because we are made up of 1 billion families and we are fighting a global plague. And everybody's always an expert on everything, including foreign policy and relations between Russia and the United States, where there are days it is best to be an observer and just observe and see what you can learn. Russia has 114 million people, and they've had 6,000 coronavirus COVID deaths. The United States has 377 million people, and we've had 114,000 American COVID deaths. And just in 2020, the year's not even over. It's not even halfway over, man. So, what type of message was being sent from those fighter jets? I don't even know. But I do know that as Mercury goes invisible on the 9th, here on the 10th, we have large announcements that it has seen U.S. GDP falling about 7.3% this year, and the euro area down about 9%, and a large portion of this is about the second wave, as we aren't through the first wave of the plague of 2020, the Y2K plague, and that people have been making, I don't know, bad decisions? What was it talking about? Yeah, so who knows what message Russia, like how Putin feels about our response and how we feel about everybody else's response. And these are crazy days, man. As planetary defense commander. And it feels like it's one of those days we got to watch, see what's going to happen next. But if you need to know, I'm sure somebody out there will tell you they know exactly who's doing what, who's affiliated with who, and then what shall come next. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, every human being, whoever was, lived up their lives here on Earth. Ding. So yeah, let's keep it together. Civilization. It takes teamwork. The election is like 147 days away, and we need global leadership on a pandemic which knows no boundaries or borders now, soon, because this thing attacks the most vulnerable, both health-wise and economy-wise. And it creates a lot of problems with our distribution systems as we have them now and our economic systems. It's like everyone's been acting like they've had their head up their ass and just had rosy ideas of what's going to happen next. And I don't know, man. I've been predicting a W-shaped recovery, and here we are, 46 minutes into Mercury invisible for like a half day. We have goodbye V-shaped recovery. Venus is also retrograde, along with Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto, and so things are kind of going back asswards. And the summer's just started. It seems like people get more promiscuous and more irritable during the summer. It's just an observation. You don't have to totally agree with it. But that can be a dangerous combination if not handled well. And We just had a tropical cyclone hit Wisconsin, and that's really weird. And I want to mention again, as an American, planetary defense commander, I'm still freaked out that like 3.7 weeks ago, we had a couple dams break in Michigan. That's still a big issue. I think it should be brought up because hurricane season has just started. And a lot of times I got to remind myself that God is good, and Snape ended up being a good guy. So it'd be wonderful if everyone could keep a sense of humor and remember we are all one Earth family. And so we got to keep it together and improve everything and not let the plague knock us the fuck out, Cthulhu style, for Grandma and the Space Whales. And we should definitely keep it together long enough for me to see the new Bill and Ted movie. Dude, it looks like Sal's trying to help, so that is good news. There is a Muppet Kermit hide, so that is bad news. And the SPC has upgraded the threat to moderate risk. Again, they put a bean within the bean within the bean. All right. And Catherine went through all SPC Day 1 convective outlooks summarized for the National Weather Service, Detroit, and couldn't find any moderate risks going back to 2014. That was when the SPC instituted the 5 categories. So today, likely one of the highest severe threats southeastern Michigan has seen in years, bro. I'm telling you, this is one of those things that happened late at night, had all of WX Twitter freaking out. And you want to know who works together as a team really well? Weather Twitter. Yeah, people who love weather, it's easy for them to work together. Okay, great. It's going to be stormy and weird, but I'm keeping the faith that we can work it out. But it seems like there's a whole gangs of New York vibe going global style. Who knows what shall happen next? Are you scared? BGWX wasn't expecting that. Wow. The plague numbers are going to get worse. We don't have a long-term strategy. We need a long-term strategy, or at least a medium-term strategy, or at least a strategy. Sean Milrad cleared his throat with a double asterisk to announce that Windsor was an EF5. And Windsor is a knot with a tie. And everyone knows that a tie is like a neck noose. If you wear it long enough, it kills your soul. So, asterisk. But yeah, this is going to be a big stormy storm right on the state that had the dams break. And like hurricane season just started, and like the state next to it, Wisconsin, is getting pounded with tropical cyclone right, in June. And then they're going to get hit with possible tornadoes. It's best to keep your cool game up. Yeah. We control the future together. So like, yeah, you got 114 people who've died from COVID in the last few months. But Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, a lot of the super tech companies have like quadrupled their earnings and made $565 billion just off the pandemic time. So it's best if they could help the people out or let us know a plan, or, a small business have been getting hit hard while MAGAFANG or whatever this is called, MAGA or FAMG FANG. Okay. If they could help, we need the people, whatever. It's a weird day. I don't say anything that gets me in trouble, I love you 3,000. So yeah, big storms and the plague, and we intercepted bombers off Alaska. What is going on with Putin and our Trump and Z, and apparently North Korea had all their communications get shut off from South Korea. Strange days indeed. So avoid World War III, and everybody team up to fight the plague, because it's not going away. It's best to figure out how to deal with it together over the next year and a half. All right, cool. God bless everyone. Talk to you soon.